guys, my name is Emma, and in this video we will try to figure out more about the regulation of the cryptocurrency. And actually, do we have any reasons to be afraid of it, to worry about it? And actually, I want to discuss the history of the regulation, how it is going in different countries, so this video is gonna be very useful and interesting. So right now, like this video and subscribe to the channel and check the link in the description, because there I have my own private chat. You just need to send me the code word community into my personal Telegram messages, Emma Trader on, and there you will have the access to free trading signals, to the very valuable information. Yes, and actually to trade with me in one team. I'm waiting for you and I really want you to be a part of my membership. So, the history of regulation of financial markets.
At the beginning of the 20th century, an entrepreneur founded a company that was registered in Boston and named the Securities Exchange Company. It dealt with arbitration transactions. The company issued IOs and pledged to pay $1,500 for every $1,000 received after 90 days. What actually went wrong? In the spring of 1920, the management was transferred to 18-year-old Lucy Martelli. Meanwhile, the former had bought an expensive mansion in a prestigious quarter. This was the case. Then, in the summer of 1920, the company got into trouble due to a lawsuit by one of the depositors named Daniels, who demanded 50% of the company's profits. According to the legislation of that time, such a lawsuit allowed the freezing of funds that were in bank accounts. On July 26, the company announced a temporary suspension of accepting deposits in connection with tax audits. Depositors rushed to take their money. On August 12, 1920, the founder was detained based on the results of an audit, which revealed a debt of $7 million, with a total amount of funds in accounts of $4 million. On October 25, 1920, the company was declared bankrupt and the founder was sentenced to 5 years. The damage amounted to about $20 million. The founder's name was Charles Ponce. Our next hero acted at the beginning of 21st century and eventually went to prison for 25 years. Baronet Ebers, WorldCom. Damage was $100 billion. His sentence 25 years in prison. Type of fraud, false financial statements. On June 25, 2002, WorldCom claimed $3.85 billion in accounting misstatements. The number eventually grew to $11 billion. This gave rise to a number of investigations and legal proceedings that focused on Ebers, the former CEO of WorldCom. In 2005, Ebers was convicted of fraud and complicity in a crime as a result of WorldCom's false financial statements. Ebers is currently serving a 25-year prison sentence in Oakdale Federal Correctional Complex in Louisiana. We know examples of major fraud in cryptocurrency as well. The collapses of FTX, UST, and Terra Luna. To prevent such cases or reduce them, there are regulatory bodies such as the SEC, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission was established in accordance with the Securities Trading Act of 1934 under Franklin Roosevelt during the Great Depression. The main functions are supervision, control, and regulation of the securities market. The strict requirements in the regulation procedure are due to the difficult economic situation of that time. The main purpose of the work of this body was to restore investor confidence in the stock market. This has left its mark on the activities and regulations of the Commission. The first chairman of the Commission was Joseph Kennedy, the father of future President John F. Kennedy. Thus, the SEC is engaged in countering fraudulent schemes of laundering transactions, ensuring transparency of transactions, maintaining investor confidence in the stock market, and, if such violations are detected, eliminating them. To solve these tasks, the SEC monitors the implementation by stock exchange companies of the rules for trading securities on the stock market, derivatives market, and crypto exchanges, registration of all assets falling under the concept of valuable asset, their circulation, registration of companies holding digital assets, the appearance of sub-bubbles in the market. In other words, the main task of the SEC is to know about everything that happens on the exchange. If companies refuse to disclose the data requested by the Commission, the SEC has the right to revoke such a company's license.
But actually, how different countries are trying to regulate the cryptocurrencies? Let's discuss this.
The growth of cryptocurrency from speculative investments into a new asset class has prompted governments around the world to explore ways to regulate it. As of 2024, some governments have established mechanisms to protect users, while others are waiting in the wings. China. The People's Ban of China prohibits cryptocurrency businesses from operating in the country, saying they facilitate government financing without approval. In addition, China banned Bitcoin mining in May 2021, which forced many participants to stop their operations and move to jurisdictions with a more favorable regulatory environment. And in September 2021, cryptocurrencies were completely banned. There are separate crypto-friendly zones such as Hong Kong, although Hong Kong differs from China in legal and economic terms, but certainly acts as a kind of hub for the industry. The United Arab Emirates. The government is stimulating the cryptocurrency business in the country. A regulatory framework is being actively developed as supervisory authorities have been established. The status of cryptocurrencies in the legal field is clearly defined. The tax rate is 5%. There is also a UAE crypto license, a permit to conduct business related to digital currency. Exchanges, cryptocurrency platforms, and cryptocurrency trading platforms certainly need this. Only individuals can buy or exchange crypto without a license for personal purposes, but it is still done through licensed intermediaries. The cost of the license is $14.5 million. At the moment, the country is the friendliest for cryptocurrencies and companies in terms of regulation. The European Union. In April 2024, the most elaborate regulation will come into force in the European Union. It is created for understandable operation of crypto companies and the security of European citizens when working with crypto. MiCA, Markets in Crypto Assets. Anyone who wants to work with EU citizens will have to comply with MiCA. The regulation consists of 10 licenses, from an exchange license to consultant services. The cost will range from 50 to 150,000 euros, which is quite loyal to crypto companies. MiCA can be divided into 3 parts. Part 1. Token issuance. Tokens linked to other currencies, stablecoins. Tokens that are linked to sets of currencies, other values, Libra. The other tokens, DAO, DeFi, NFT, etc. The main goal of MiCA is for projects to disclose and update in detail a sufficient amount of information for investors like a traditional business. Part 2. It concerns CASTs, intermediaries such as exchanges, exchangers, consultants, and other companies actively working with the crypto market. Having a license in one of the EU countries allows you to provide services in all EU countries. Part 3. General rules of market regulation, prevention of unfair behavior and manipulation of cryptocurrencies. It is similar to the functions of the SEC, but there is a developed set of rules. This is the first comprehensive regulation that can serve as a basis for developing its own rules in other countries. USA. Unlike the EU, the United States of America previously had a structured, clear system of legal terminologies, duties of rights and regulatory authorities, which is still in force in relation to the securities market. For example, the Howey test, which determines whether an asset is a security. But this works in a negative way for the cryptocurrency market, as the states face the problem of asset classification. There are 2 main regulators in the US market. The SFTC and the SEC are arguing over the crypto assets, grabbing the biggest piece of the pie. The Commodity and Futures Commission argues that the Howey test is outdated and a new approach needs to be developed, and most cryptocurrencies are goods. The SEC believes that, on the contrary, cryptocurrencies distribute income as a result of the auctions of the team, which means that everything except Bitcoin is a security. In American law, the concept of commodity and security are not mutually exclusive, which means that they can be interpreted in different ways. An asset can be recognized as a commodity with elements of security. Perhaps a similar fate awaits Ethereum.
The SEC is against.
In its activities, the regulator relies on the Howey test, forming conditions for determining the central bank according to the Howey test. Investment activity, joint venture, goal making a profit, success depends on managerial actions. Actions of the manager, third person. As a result of litigation that began in December 2020, the SEC continues to fight Ripple and prove in court that XRP is a security. But why did the SEC work out the crypto so actively? Most likely this is because of a large scam of 2022 2022. The projects also collect investments according to SAFT, agreement on which the cryptocurrency is registered as a security. This agreement allows projects to receive initial investments, but later, when these investments are collected, cryptocurrencies and the international markets conduct initial placement in the form of ICO, IDO, Launchpad, etc. And not according to standard rules as securities oblige, that is, they do not go to the IPO, which means they bypass the regulation of the Commission, and SEC wants to prevent this, but so far it cannot because there are not enough powers. But the regulator has already worked out the exchanges, and if Kraken managed to solve everything in a pre-trial manner by paying a fine, then they work out the Binance seriously. However, you shouldn't be afraid of regulation and see only disadvantages in this. Thanks to regulation, we are able to clear the financial market of scammers and make it more attractive to more players. Please note how much money began to flow into Bitcoin after the adoption of ETF, which means recognition by the regulator. The future is in the legal field. So far, the regulation is vague and it's not fully clear how this system is built, but it is possible, based on discussions in some issued acts, to understand what will be a trigger for the SEC and what is better to approach carefully and avoid falling under the risk of regulation. There are token sales. Staking is for increasing profits, blocking emissions, and not for network security. Changes in emissions, combustion, increase additional emissions. Regulation on the crypto is something that we will certainly come to, which means it is better to prepare and take into account the risks that they may arise, as well as adapt to the new market reality.
So guys, all in all, the regulation is something that we really need to expect because it is our new financial reality and we really can adapt to it. We can prepare for all these things and actually we are going to be very profitable in the future. So guys, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you find it interesting and useful. And also, check the link in the description and become a member of my community of traders. Send me the code word community to my personal Telegram messages and also use my ChatGPT for bot and get free trading signals. So guys, thank you so much. See ya in the next video.